Hi, hello, and welcome back to another Skyblock video. My name is Osauce, and today we are going to be talking about the three types of bazaar flipping, the best ways to do them, and which ones you should be doing right now in order to be making stonks. Hey, you. Yes, you over there. If this video helped you in any way and you want to make me happy, I highly recommend subscribing and or liking the video. If you have any questions about the video or any comments, comment them down in the comment section. And if you want to talk to me, you can find me on my Discord, link is in the description. That's all, back to the video. Essentially, there are three types of bazaar flipping. There are NPC to bazaar flipping, bazaar to bazaar flipping, and bazaar to AH flipping. Each type of flip has its own unique uses, excelling in one area or another. And now, we're going to look at each type of flip more closely to see A. How much money you can make with those methods, B. What you need to start doing those methods, C. How easy it is, and D. The risk/reward factor. So, let's start with the NPC to bazaar flipping. This type of flipping is by far the easiest and least complicated to do. Here's how you do it. Find items that can be bought for less than the sell price in NPCs, such as packed ice, and both mushroom. Don't forget NPCs that aren't in the hub, such as Pat, who is just outside of the entrance of the graveyard, and he sells gravel for not very much. 2. Buy the maximum of that item that you can, and you can only ever buy 640 of all the items per day, with the exception of packed ice. Now, packed ice, you can only buy 640 per day from one seller. However, there are two sellers of packed ice. There's the builder, but the lesser known one is actually the snowman guy in the Jerry workshop. So whenever the Jerry event is happening, you can do double packed ice flips, which is really good because packed ice is actually one of the best flips. However, I've already done it. So instead, today I'm going to show you the red mushrooms. You can see here that I can buy one red mushroom for 12 coins. If I were to run over to the bazaar, you can see that red mushrooms are going for 17 coins, which means that I will get 5 profit per one mushroom. Then I'm going to just buy 640 of the item, head over to the bazaar, and sell. Now, the same thing basically goes for brown mushrooms. Brown mushrooms cost 12 coins, and if I were to head over to the bazaar, you can see that brown mushrooms are going for 13. So, red is better, but brown is also an option. Another item, ice. Ice goes for 1 ice per 1 coin, which means that if I check the prices over here of ice, you can see that it's 3.4 coins per 1 ice. So what I can do is simply buy the ice until you have bought 640 or 10 stacks, then run over to the bazaar and sell it. So that cost 640 coins and I sold it for 2,281 coins. This method is very, very profitable, such as you can do things like triple your coins like I did just there by spending 640 and getting just back like 2.2k. However, you can only do it for a certain amount, 640. If that limit was not there, this would be the best money making method in the game. Actually, it wouldn't be because everyone would be doing it and the price of ice would just go down, which is why they have the limit for the amount of items. Seeing as that is the case with this type of bazaar flipping, this method is best for early game players that need more money because 50k to an early game player is huge, but is negligible to a late or end game player. The only thing you need to do to have the money to buy things in the first place. So if you just grab like 500 coins or 640 coins, you can multiply that into 2.2k. And you can use that 2.2k to multiply that into 10k. And then so on and so forth until you have just around 50k. But after you have that much and you've used all the available trades, you really can't do it that anymore. Which is why it's great for early game players, but not so great for mid game players or end game players. And that's just about it for NPC to bazaar flipping. Next up, we're going to move to something a bit more complicated and much more profitable. And that is bazaar to bazaar flipping. So bazaar to bazaar flipping is much more complicated than NPC to bazaar flipping, because in order to understand the concept behind it, you must first understand how the bazaar works. And to the people that don't understand, I'm going to create a scenario that will help. In this scenario, there are 2 items in the bazaar, iron and iron. For now, ignore what these items cost because that complicates things. Just know that person A wants to insta-sell some iron, and person B wants to instant buy some iron. For the way that the bazaar currently works, person B cannot instant buy the stuff that was instant sold by person A. Instead, you need people that create buy and sell orders. Here's a graphic of how the bazaar directs funds and items towards players. Insta-buy players are buying from sell orders, and insta-sell players are filling buy orders. Got that? Okay. Now, using that information, I'm going to add on what the bazaar displays and the buy and sell price. The listed buy and sell price is the insta-buy and insta-sell price. For example, this number that you see right here, cobblestone. The insta-sell price is 4.6 coins. The insta-buy price is 5.2 coins. Now, the next part that I'm going to talk about is what can get a little bit confusing. Back to our scenario. Now we're going to add in prices. The buy price for our iron in our scenario is 10, and the sell price is 5. One thing to note is that the buy price will always be higher than the sell price. If the buy price was less than the sell price, then people would immediately start abusing that until the buy price was again higher than the sell price. What information can a bazaar flipper gain from this? Well, let's go back to our scenario to find out. Person A is now choosing if he wants to sell his 10 iron by insta-sell or by sell order. Which one will make more money for him? Well, the listed sell price is equal to the insta-sell price. So he could sell his 10 iron for 5 each for a total of 50 coins. And the listed buy price is equal to the sell order price. This cobblestone, the insta-sell price is 4.7 coins, and the sell order price is 5.2 coins. Essentially, the buy price is equal to the insta-buy and sell order. So the insta-buy and sell order for cobblestone is 5.2 coins, and the sell price is equal to the insta-sell and buy order. So the insta-sell and buy order prices for cobblestone is 4.9. And this raises the question, why doesn't everybody just do the order version and have that be done with? Because the orders take time. That's why the insta-sell and insta-buy are called insta-sell and insta-buy. If you just need, for example, a stack of enchanted lapis for something, then you could just buy it immediately and just do it that way. And the price would be just about 36k. However, if you created a buy offer instead for 64, that would cost 5k coins less. However, in those couple of minutes that it takes to fill that order, I could be doing something where I make 10k in a minute, which means that there's always going to be a discrepancy between the buy and sell price. And that discrepancy between the buy and sell price is what bazaar to bazaar flippers use in order to profit. Essentially, what they do is they buy at the sell price and sell at the buy price using orders. And this means that the bigger the difference between the items, the more profitable it is. Seen as if you buy something for 4.9 coins and you sell it for 5.2 coins, you make 0.3 coins. If you were to buy something for 14k coins and sell it for 14.5k coins, you would make 500 coins. Doesn't that mean that the SC3K would 100% be the best thing to do, because that's about 100k profit per recombobulator? That's not true, because I just lied to you. There is one more factor that you need to factor in to decide what is the best item for bazaar flipping, and that is how much the item costs in the first place, because you can only buy a certain amount of an item. If I have 10 million coins, I can only buy about 2 recombobulators. But if I have 10 million coins, I can buy just about 250,000 wheat. And if each wheat gives me 1.4 coins profit per each wheat, and each recombobulator gives me 100k coins per thing, the wheat might actually be better than the SC3K. Spoiler, it is. If you don't feel like understanding all of this, just use this helpful equation that I made for this video. Basically, you input some values and it tells you exactly how much profit per coin you're going to make for flipping a certain item. A couple of variables that are in this are the buy price, the sell price, and the amount of money you want to invest into bazaar flipping. One thing to note is your capital is the amount of money you are investing in order to flip. And the equation is your capital divided by your sell price times the buy price divided by your capital again minus 1 equals the profit you will make per 1 coin invested. In order to find an estimated total profit, using that you can find good things to flip. Wheat, carrots, and melons all have pretty high coins per profit ratio. And this is a great money making method, and when done correctly can net you 1 million coins plus per hour. There still really isn't much risk, and all you need is some brains. So, a quick recap of that. Create buy orders, wait for them to fill, collect your buy orders, and create sell orders. I just spent 3,000 coins on 1,000 potatoes, and we'll wait for the potato one to sell, and when it sells, I'll tell you how much profit I just made. I sold them back for 3,000 coins, so I just doubled my money, and it was pretty easy. I just had to buy and sell some potatoes. And just like that, you can make very, very, very large amounts of money. And lastly, Bazaar to AH flip. This is a bit different than the other two types of flipping because it requires crafting. Now, if you're crafting something that's in a collection, of course you're going to need the collection needed to craft it. So for example, if you're crafting a blaze pet, you're going to need to unlock the blaze pet in order to craft it. Oh look, there's a dirt block going for 130. This method is somewhat complicated, but not as much as Bazaar to Bazaar. What it entails is this. A. Buy items used to craft items that you will sell. B. Craft those items into the items that you will sell. And C. Sell those items back on bin. Specifically bin. So just now, I bought old dragon frags for 94k, and I sold it for 114k, and 114k is the lowest, price. So if someone wants an old dragon boots, they're going to buy mine because mine is the cheapest. And that right there was 20k, and it really didn't take too long. In order to find good items for this, you have to do a bit of research. I personally recommend going for old, strong, and wise boots and sell. The reason why it's boots is because boots require less fragments than the other armor, and they sell for around the same price. Always note the science of AH. When supply is high, more players, prices go down, and when supply is low, less players online, prices go up. The worst time to sell is when there's 100,000 players online, and the best time to sell is when there's 60,000 players online. Right now, I'm selling when there's about 80k players online, so I'm not selling at the best of times, but it's still a relatively good time to sell, seeing as it's right in the middle. Out of these three methods, the best one I think is Bazaar to Bazaar, as you can make so much money very quickly because of the sheer amount of times you can do it without oversaturating the market. And with that out of the way, I have nothing more to say. See ya!